Video on Mullen Automotive stock. Now, I made a video yesterday on Mullen, specifically talking about a bunch of different things. I just want to be transparent as possible. Like, I don't hold any Mullen stock, and I want to reiterate that I'm not telling anyone to buy this stock whatsoever right now. There was a point in time where I was bullish on Mullen as a lottery type short squeeze type of play here, but I am staying away from this stock as I continue to do. I reiterated that in the video yesterday, but I got a ton of comments saying the only people making money on Mullen are YouTubers covering it, XYZ, and things like that. But I want to reiterate here on the channel just to show you guys. I mean, I made the first video, one of my first videos on Mullen back here on March 31st of last year. So closing in on a year and a half ago is when I first made a video on Mullen at $2.92. Right, so it did have a very bullish pattern. The chart had a bullish pattern. There was a ton of bullish momentum here at that time behind Mullen, and it's fallen off obviously completely since then. But I wanted to just talk about that because I'm not making these videos to make any sort of money off a pump and dump or anything like that for Mullen. And I do want to reiterate that anyone watching this, I am not recommending buying this stock, but I am making these videos for educational purposes only, you guys, just to share my opinions and thoughts on this specific stock. So let's just get into it, you guys. Again, another day here. Mullen, the most heavily traded stock on the market. Again, you guys, 250 million trades of Mullen today. Let's just refresh this really quickly to see if we've seen any different price action or any different changes. 250.2 million trades of Mullen stock today, you guys. 250, without question, the highest heavily traded stock on the market today. I think this is like the third straight day. We're on Wednesday. It's like the third straight day that we're seeing Mullen as the heaviest traded market on the stock on the market. But let's get into this. So first, a little bit of good news here. Just, I guess not good news, but just some slight positivity here to start the video at least. Bollinger is starting to build its pilot B4 EVs. Bollinger obviously has the partnership with Mullen Automotive, or not partnership, but Mullen controls 60% of Bollinger Motors, and they have begun design validation pilot builds for its B4 chassis cab. Deliveries are expected to begin July of 2024. Now, we do need to take that with a grain of salt, as we have seen Mullen Automotive not kind of follow up or come through on their specific delivery expectancies, right? We talked about this before with Mullen. They've said deliveries for a certain number of their products, or even just certain dates for anything, and they've kind of missed those marks. So keep that in mind here. But Bollinger Motors has over 8 years of experience developing, producing, and testing all electric trucks. I'm excited to see our hard work come together in the B4 and keep hitting our milestones. Now, this mainly has to do with Bollinger Motors and how they're going to go about this. But Mullen Automotive obviously acquired 60% controlling interest in Bollinger for a $148.2 million in cash and stock. So just a little bit of some positive news, hopefully. I mean, if this is only the positive news, obviously the price of Mullen is not reacting to this news, but I do want to share with you guys. But I wanted to go over a series of tweets here in regards to some voting that happened with amongst the shareholders and things like that. But so let's get into these. So one, again, shout out to all these users on Twitter. I'm sharing their Twitter names. Go ahead and check them out. Honestly, any Twitter user that I'm showing in this video, I think give valuable insights. They obviously are their own opinions, but they do give good insights in regards to Mullen stock, right? I think people, if you're researching a stock, if you're not yet holding a stock, and I think Twitter is a great research. Obviously, you'll see a ton of both sides of the spectrum, the bulls and the bears. But I think when researching a stock and really doing your own DD, it's important to kind of get both sides, especially if you're not holding the stock yet. But you can see here, Welp just submitted my vote on the Mullen proxy. Sorry, David Mickery. But we are tired of being punished for being a supporter of Mullen. It's time for you to do the work and get it above $1 and stay, then come talk to us. Now, that is exactly how I'm kind of feeling. I think so much of what has happened with Mullen Automotive it somewhat has to do with David Mickery, right? Obviously, he's the CEO of this company, and it's been under $1 for a very long time now. Some of it, to a slight degree, is just market conditions, but David Mickery needs to step up. And really what he talked about before, he was all in favor of the retail investors. He was, trying to help the retail investors and those who were, buying Mullen for the retail trading aspect of it. So you can see here's just the votes that this Twitter user, completed, right? Just for the votes and things like that for the Mullen proxy. Now, another tweet here. Mullen, I hope you're casting all your votes for the upcoming meeting. Regardless, I can assure you that Proposal 3 and Proposal 8 will be approved. Whether you vote yes or not, it doesn't matter. On August 5th, Mullen will be given BLNGR 13 million USD. So I guess this is some screenshots here of, I'm not sure what exactly these screenshots are. Funds not available for immediate. I think this has to do obviously with the restricted cash of that Mullen does have, as well as you can see here the proposal number 3, which this Twitter user says will be approved to prove the amendment of company's second amendment and restated certificate of incorporation to effect a reverse stock split, a ratio for 1-for-2, 1-for-10, as determined by the company's board of directors, as well as, I believe this is proposal 8, to approve for purposes of complying with NASDAQ listing rule amendments to securities purchase agreement to provide for the issuance of 7 million in additional shares of common stock to get that stock or share price above $1. So this is very interesting as well, just to see people's opinions on kind of what is going on here with Mullen. Here's a tweet here. Mullen announces $25 million stock buyback July 6, 2023. Come on, management, get this baby moving. How cheap do we want these shares before you start buying? How about helping that price to move and help your devoted investors? Here's a follow-up tweet. Mullen, where's the buyback? David McCree, talk is cheap. Where's the lawsuit? Where's the production, etc.? Now, that announcement of the $25 million stock buyback, we're talking about that was almost 2 weeks ago when that happened. So things you don't like to see as far as when things like this are happening. Again, Mullen kind of tends to put themselves in this situation here with these announcements and things like that don't come to fruition. So this Twitter user obviously is upset about it, and I can agree with them. Another tweet here. Mullen, vote no for reverse split, control some bad options, right? Mullen Automotive proxy here. You can vote via proxy vote at the meeting or by phone here for the shareholder meeting on August 3rd. I'm pretty sure you can vote now if you're using the proxy, right? So this user, kind of the complete opposite as the other user, saying that the proposal number 3 was for sure to pass. This user is letting everyone know to not vote, to vote no for it. So again, definitely going to be interesting to see, seeing what happens here on that meeting on August 3rd and when they announce the results from the votes. Here's just another tweet, and kind of goes back to what I said at the beginning of this video. Many savvy tweeters and YouTubers claim that they can elevate the stock price above $1 before August 3rd. David McCree, how about giving them a chance? They might have valuable insights, and their genuine interest in the company might be evident since they've invested their hard-earned money. Mullen, again, definitely interesting to see that here. And then finally, calling all Mullen retail investors. Again, shout out to 007 Bull 07. Shout out to calling all Mullen retail investors. Let's make our voices heard. Together we fight for justice. Mullen Bulls, please provide your thoughts and recommendations. I guess this is someone here contemplating arranging a significant gathering of Mullen retail investors at 3 locations. Since they don't reside in the U.S., I'm curious to see if any American bulls are aware of the necessary permits to organize a peaceful event where we can express our dissatisfaction with the CEO, Mullen's board of directors, stock manipulation, and the SEC's lack of action. I'll make the arrangements to travel to Brea, California, which is where the Mullen headquarters are. So there is a ton of people, you guys, that are upset with specifically the CEO of Mullen and just everything that has now kind of gone on behind the scenes. If you're an average investor in Mullen, or if you've been following this stock and you're holding this stock and things like that, you are obviously upset and you don't really understand what is going on here with this stock, and you're hoping something changes very, very soon. So again, let me know in the comments below. I just want to make this video, guys, to share these tweets with you guys, share this information. I'm personally, again, I no longer have a position in Mullen, and I'm not looking anytime soon to re-enter a position or get a position here. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about Mullen. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, you guys have a great day.